Story fairies, come and bring stories clear and true. Story fairies, come and bring stories to our story ring. The Very Naughty Hobgoblin by Nancy Foster. Revised version by Ashley Becklund. Once there was a little hobgoblin who lived deep in the woods in a little rocky dwell. He was a very naughty little hobgoblin, for his favorite pastime was to play tricks on the people of the town. When night came and it was dark outside, the little hobgoblin would peer out of his hut, and if the moon was shining and the stars were peeping, the little hobgoblin would creep through the woods on his way. He would sneak into the farmer's stalls, where the cows were peacefully eating their hay. And do you know what that little hobgoblin would do? Quickly and quietly, he would take one tail and the other and tie them in a knot. He would laugh at his silliness. The next day, when the cows went out to pasture, oh, what trouble they would have, bumping into each other. And the naughty little hobgoblin would laugh at their confusion. But the poor cows didn't think it was funny. Not at all. Next, the naughty little hobgoblin would creep over to the farmer's fields, where all the crops were waiting to be harvested. And do you know what that naughty little hobgoblin would do? Slowly and carefully, he would pull the vegetables out of the garden and take a bite and throw them on the ground. Laying in the dirt. He would laugh at all the silliness. And the next day, when the farmer would come out to yield his crops, he would have nothing to take to market. And the naughty little hobgoblin would laugh at all the confusion. But the poor farmer did not think that it was funny. Not at all. Lastly, that naughty little hobgoblin wandered his way into town. And he would sneak onto the porch and do you know what that little goblin would do? He would mischievously reach up and knock on the door and quickly dash away and hide. And he would laugh at all the silliness. and a villager would come out, looking to see who was there. But he would see no one at all. And that naughty little hobgoblin would laugh at all the confusion. But the villager did not think that it was funny. Not at all. Night after night of confusion and tricks, the people of the town began to become very tired of the hobgoblin and all of his misbehavior. So they gathered and they tried to decide what to do. And they thought, and they thought. And then someone said, I know, let's go to the fields and bring back the biggest vegetable that we can find. And so everyone went, and the biggest vegetable that they could see was a round orange pumpkin. So they picked one and they brought it back. The villager said, now here's what we do. Cut out the top to make a hat. Then scoop out the insides and take out all the gunk. And of course, the seeds. Now, here comes the fun part. Cut 2 eyes and a nose and a big smiling mouth. Now it has a face. Then he said to all the townspeople, when it is dark, take your pumpkin and place it in a window or by a door. Then light a candle inside. And we'll fool that naughty little hobgoblin. He'll learn his lesson. And so they did. They all went home and placed their pumpkins with a jack-o'-lantern facing out. And that very night, the little hobgoblin peered out of his little rocky dwell. And the moon was shining bright, and the stars were peeping. So he crept out through the woods and made his way to the barn. And just as he was about to sneak in to see the cows, suddenly he noticed a big golden face staring right at him. "Oh!" he cried. "Someone's watching me. I better not go in there." And he ran off quickly. Moving along to the fields, he wandered. And just as he was about to pull some crops from the ground and take a bite, he suddenly noticed a big golden pumpkin smiling at him. "Oh!" he cried. "Someone is watching me. I'd better not do this." And quickly he ran away. Moving along to the village, he made his way to one of the houses. And just as he was about to go up on the porch and ring that doorbell, when suddenly he noticed a big golden face smiling at him. "Oh!" he cried. "Someone's watching me. I better not stay here." And he ran quickly. That naughty little hobgoblin ran as fast as he could, all the way back to his rocky little dwell. It worked. The people of the town were pleased, and from that time on, he minded his manners. Story fairies, we thank you, dear, for stories clear and true. The message is lifted and keeps with us, as now we part from you.